don't know if any of you will believe me, but this sick mockery of one of my childhood favorites must be exploited and never be seen by the eyes of another breathing man on God's green earth.
Back in the winter of 2023, I was playing Fortnite with my close personal friends, allies and assistants, Big Mike, and even bigger Michelle, Ike. Though, once we had bought items from the item shop within the game, and loaded into the lobby, we had seen something so scary that you would never believe to expect it.
After our third victory royale, we were very pleased with ourselves and our victory royales. But then suddenly, a pop-up appeared directly in front of our faces, on our screens, and on our screens.
What had been said on that pop-up, within the text that resided within it, had scared me to my very own core when I had read it with my own two eyes, which I owned. You have been invited to the Simpsons Fortnite beta. I was shocked and did not know what to say. But I said this instead.
Wow, are you all seeing this? The Simpsons? In Fortnite? Yippee!
While my team may have been thinking that they thought I was very excited for my reaction, I was actually terrified to my very own core, which is my core which I own. It is at the center of my body, which was equally as terrified.
After we all accepted, a cutscene started playing. It was the Simpsons intro. Everything was the same, except that the Duff blimp had been replaced with the Slurp blimp.
While this had equally shocked me, though less so, I had continued to watch forward. What I saw within the Slurp blimp, which was no longer the Duff Drimp, had scared me even more. Duffman had too been replaced with this mysterious Slurpman character. While I thought this may just be regulations regarding alcohol in children's games, I was shocked to find out that his eyes were red, like Duff beer. Then when I called this out to my team, as a fun joke which none of them laughed at, they had all seemed shocked, for what they had seen was some form of electrical device. They had seen Slurpman, though without the iconic red eyes which I had grown to know and love with in the past few minutes. His eyes were, apparently, a very normal color, which was not red, which was apparently abnormal.
My friends remarked to me that they were glad that even if they had to change his design and brand, they at least kept his official theme song. Oh yeah, a 1995 single by Yellow. But that was odd to me, cause what I heard wasn't Oh Yeah by Yellow. It was the Lavandia Town theme from Pokemon. And it was played in reverse!
While I thought this was, quite frankly, preposterous and absurd, as well as some other words that I don't quite know yet, I had figured that it may be normal. As it was a beta, they may have not had the license to all of the audio. They may have overbooked as it was only a beta. For example, if they'd only paid for 150 copies of the song on CD to play in the summer. If they'd only paid for 150 copies of the CD to play in the server room, and they had 151 players, I guess I'd be left out. So, I supposed it could have been relatively normal, so I tried not to overreact, as the song was equally as groovy.
The rest of the Simpsons opening played fine, however. Nothing was off. Even the couch gag was a classic. It was the one where Homer says "Dough" at the end. It was funny. We all laughed. We had a good time. It was so funny because we all loved the Simpsons. And the Simpsons loved us.
Big Mike, however, was not impressed, for he had been about to say to me as he was saying, but only 20 hours ago as I'm recording this, which is being recorded, I hate Family Guy. Wait, fuck, no, wait. Okay, wait, no, but that's not what he meant. He didn't mean it like that. I hate The Simpsons. I love Family Guy. I don't get why they have to keep doing this dumb stupid baby season for dumb stupid babies. They keep beta testing stuff like this. When are we gonna get a real man show? Like Family Guy? Big Michelle Ike, well, should I say even bigger Michelle Ike, had something to say about that. That's really sexist. And I'm actually really judging you for that. And I'm starting to question our relationship as friends for what you've just said.
Oh my god, there goes bigger Michelle Ike again with her stupid sexism speech. I don't care if Family Guy's a man show. It's just ugly and disgusting. I just love The Simpsons, and I want to share that love with my friends. So I just decided against sharing it with my friends in the end, and left this lobby with them. Because these two can be so annoying when they're annoying.
I don't get where they're going with the sexism debate. They have it almost every minute. It makes no sense to me, as they're both women. It's just perplexing, I'd say. None of them even like Family Guy that much. Big Mike only has 3 t-shirts. Though, I must say, in the lobby alone, I felt a lot more at peace with The Simpsons.
Clicking on solo lobby was definitely the right choice. A pop-up appeared. Get your free V-Bucks here. Just download this link. I of course did that, because like, why wouldn't I? It's officially endorsed by Epic Games. That's what they all say. And therefore they are all good.
In the description of this video even, we've linked a rare V-Bucks generator endorsed by Epic. Okay, cutting that one. This V-Bucks generator, known as Patreon, is the most effective way to get V-Bucks. If you want V-Bucks now, endorsed by Epic Games, make sure to go to the link in the description and do everything it tells you.
After claiming my free skins on the Freak Skins website, I finally found a match, and it booted me right into Springfield. They even had a little opening that said Battle Royale in the Simpsons opening font. It was so awesome. I loved it. I cried tears of joy. I was overjoyed.
Yippee yahoo! I had spawned in now, though not on the battle bus like usual. I'd spawned directly into Evergreen Terrace, which, while exciting as it may be, I thought it was a bit weird that there was no battle bus, or even a temporary model replacement if they hadn't got around to making this in the Simpsons art style yet. Why not just use the Duff blimp? That's what I thought. What I didn't know is that reason would soon become very apparent to my own 2 eyes.
Running around the familiar Simpsons house that we all know and love, I found a bunch of really awesome Easter eggs. Like the pig steps on the top of the ceiling. It was so cool. You could explore the Rumpus room, and you could even find each of the characters' bedrooms. It was the best thing that had ever happened to me in my entire life up to that point. Even graduating university wasn't as cool as this.
I had went to the iconic Simpsons fridge, hoping and expecting and looking for a Duff beer, my beloved fictional brand. That'd make this moment somehow even better. Though what I'd seen had been increasingly annoying by this point. It was just slurp juice. Who would put slurp juice in their family fridge? Homer wouldn't do that. As we all know, he loves alcohol. He would never be caught drinking slurp juice as often as he does with Duff beer. It scared me a lot, though I suppose they'd probably had some form of convoluted reason. Who knows though? Not me, for I do not know.
Suddenly, and without warning, there was a knock on the window. It was another player. They were trying to break into the Simpsons house. I had to defend the Simpsons with my guns that I picked up during the exploration of the house, by the way, because there's like chests everywhere, because like this is a main location. And I attacked them viciously with my cool tactical shotgun that was legendary. And I destroyed them in combat like no one had ever dreamed to dare to dream before.
I'd investigated the downed player now, because I wanted to see what skins had been added in this exciting new season. Because of the previously mentioned sexism, I'd actually entirely forgot to check. What I noticed was that it was Duffman. The Duffman. I'd been so excited for their inclusion, but they seemed cut out of everything else. It's weird that they had a skin, but I was pretty excited. I'd offered the player money to buy it, but they didn't accept. It was very unfortunately unfortunate, and that had really killed my mood, for I'd wanted to buy the skin that I had been seeing so far just now.
Walking outside, I saw that the battle bus had appeared, and it was a Duff blimp. Like Duff, not Slurp, which was weird. And from the Duff blimp, another player jumped down. They were Duffmen. Again. This was weird. How are the two Duffmans already? Like, the beta access just started 2 minutes ago. How do they already have skins?
Duffman, the second one, which had just jumped out of the Duff blimp, which I had been looking at right now, just now, had jumped out, as mentioned. What I decided to do was to pull out my trusty Mr. Blasty, which I had also found, I forgot to mention, and shoot him out of the air by breaking a hole in the roof of the Simpsons house. I thought my skills were incredibly impressive. Even with such low damage, I managed to one-shot Duffman. It had been weird, like he would already weakened from something that I had not foreseen, or was not in the battle bus. I'd been perplexed.
Maybe they added this for lore reasons. Like maybe Duffman just has less health than anyone else, because of his liver damage. He drinks too much, and that makes him have liver damage. He cannot live as well because of the liver damage, which gives him less life points.
After killing Duffman with its damaged liver and now exploded head, I decided to head out of the building. I exploded outwards from the Simpsons household and tried to look around, though the town was suspiciously empty. I couldn't really find it very much of anyone. Every chest had seemingly been unopened, which was quite peculiar, as I would have thought everyone would love to visit the iconic Simpsons house in Evergreen Terrace from The Simpsons. It was a Simpsons beta after all. Only true Simpsons fans would accept such an invitation, whereas Family Guy fans would dislike it, and not accept it, so they could keep playing their lame version of Fortnite without the Simpsons, who were cool.
Opening all the chests in the town was awesome. I found so much loot. And even better, I found a letter. The letter was written in blood. That was weird, I thought. But this must be the new kind of quest thingy they added into the game, where I can pick up quests inside of loot chests, which is totally not destroying the gameplay loop of looting chests.
The letter had appeared to have been addressed to me, myself, using what, again, appeared to be my full legal name, though many of the letters were off. I genuinely couldn't quite tell who it was addressed to, in all honesty, but it was similar enough to my full legal name and address to have been of note. However, I know many dyslexic people throughout my life, who I love deeply, so I had chosen not to judge it all, and to continue trying to read, even if it was minorly difficult. What it had said was, again, almost indecipherable, but I'd seemed to have made out that they didn't seem to like the Slop Juice fictional company. I thought this was interesting lore, to have someone who didn't like Fortnite's most iconic in-game company. Though, I wondered, who would hate something like Slop Juice? Other than me, I suppose. But even I myself had begun to have warmed up to it after seeing it in the iconic Simpsons fridge. Seeing it in a place I knew and loved so dearly, I believe that it has always been part of my very own family. The Simpsons family.
Once again I heard footsteps. They were coming from behind me. And once I turned around, I saw once again a Fortnite Duffman skin character. And I shot them once again with my trusted gun, whose name I definitely didn't forget. They dropped no loot once again. Like, who does this? Who plays this game and just doesn't pick up any loot and then just immediately gets killed. This must be a lobby filled by bots.
By this point, I'd actually been getting a little annoyed. If the beta was just bots, I may as well just not play it. There's no point to playing a game if you're not playing with actual real humans. It's just incredibly boring at that point. Like, what's the point of playing if there's no chance that I'm ever gonna lose? At that point, I'm just exploring with mild nuisances every here and there. It just really doesn't make sense from a gameplay perspective. I wondered if there was a way to disable the bots, but I figured it wouldn't be there since it was just a beta. Any finished game would have that feature though. When I looked at the top right of my screen to try and get a look at the rest of the map, see where else I could explore in hopes of maybe finding someone who's real for a change, I noticed something terrifying. There was no one in the lobby, but me.
I heard rumbling under the ground. It was Duffman, once again, coming out from underground, from the ground, to attack me, once again, with a pickaxe this time, which made sense because that's how they dug underground. And I asked him, how are you not dead yet? I killed you like 5 times. And they answered,
Duffman can never die. Only the actors who play him. Oh yeah!
Duffman, if you can never die, then what's the point of playing? That's cheating. It's preposterous. We all have to die eventually. It's absurd and uncouth and unnerving for you not to be able to die. Though, I suppose it makes sense, but is that not just cheating? Does it not ruin the game for you? Everyone must die eventually, right? But what about you, Duffman? When you get to the end of the game, when you were the last player remaining and you leave to the lobby, you understand that you will soon be consumed by the storm. Even the last player remaining, even the winner with the victory royale, will die eventually, as must we all.
Duffman seemed to have realized that I was right. He dropped all his weapons, even his pickaxe, which I didn't even know was possible, like, I don't know, is this like an engine exploit or something? And he just walked into the storm, and he just repeated one line.
Duffman can't breathe! Oh no! Ooh!
He seemed peaceful, honestly. Even though he was screaming in agony each time he died. It was like peace. It was not purgatory. Even though he suffered for all eternity. It was his afterlife. For now and forever. It was awesome, honestly. It was a new kind of awesome. The most kind of awesome.
After a while of watching, I thought it was beautifully poetic, but it kind of just kept respawning. Oh, hey, I don't know their pronouns, I'm sorry. Every time they respawn, they just die again, which, as beautiful as it was, I did have other things to be doing. So after a while of watching and trying to console Duffman, I pretended my Wi-Fi was going out and disconnected myself from the lobby by unplugging my console. This was a bad idea, as it was bad for the GPU and the fan, I think. I do not know, and I don't think I will ever research if this was bad for my console. I will just have to assume eternally. However, as I had turned off my console, something terrifying had happened.
This was the last known recording of a person known as Jiminy Jim Jims. They were better known online by their username Littlest Mike. They were found dead in the creek with their improperly unboxed and unplugged Xbox. It is now worth $0 because of the improper unplugging. And it probably electrocuted them to death, and they died of the electrocution. Like and subscribe for more nice Fortnite and or gaming creepypasta, true crime, Minecraft, storyline, labubu, skibbity toilet.
Hell freaking yeah! We're gonna do all of that within 1 month. All of it's gonna get posted right now! Hell yeah, subscribe for all of it, ever!